Hello, everyone. This is Senor Chanko. This video is to demonstrate the hand gestures that I use for the highest frequency vocabulary in Spanish or in any language. Um, I use hand gestures because physical response to words is really helpful for memory recall. And it also helps scaffold new vocabulary and in a certain way helps prompt students to produce it if they're struggling. So it's a very important practice I find in teaching world languages. And here are 16 or 17 gestures I use every class. This is in no particular order. It's just the verbs that I have on my list here. The first is to go. I go like this with my hands, like we're going somewhere. To have. With one fist, I kind of make a fist there, like I have something in my hand. Sometimes I might point at something I have in my hand. Should. Like you should brush your teeth. I go like this, like a parent telling their kid they should do something. To say, I usually go like this. Pretty self-explanatory. I use the same thing for a talk. Decir and hablar in Spanish. There is, or there are. I go like this with two hands, and students are imagining what is in my hand. And sometimes I go, there is, there are, since the same word I in Spanish communicates both the singular and the plural in English. Something about the there is, there are really helps jog students' memories. To do, and in Spanish at least, the word to make, the word hacer for to do also means to make. For making, I think you can make a snowball. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've never been able to come up with a good gesture for doing, to do. I just use the same gesture since it's the same verb in Spanish, hacer. But I'd love it if somebody came up with a better one. To like, a thumbs up over my heart. To love, heart shape over my heart. Past tense. Now, this is used in combination with other verbs. I would say, I liked, or what's another gesture? I went, to communicate past tense. To think. Rubbing my chin like I'm considering the world's challenges. Can, to be able. I raise my fist over my shoulder in the universal signal for like, yes, we can do this. To want, I kind of gesture towards myself with both hands, like I want whatever you've got over there. And to know, I point at my temple. It's tricky. You have to clarify with your students to think and to know. In Spanish, to know of or to meet somebody is a different word. So to know of, I go like this and then go like that. To know of. To prefer, I go like this, like I'm weighing two options. For to see, I gesture from my eyes. To watch, I kind of like act like I'm having binoculars. It can be tricky between to see and to watch there with students. Those are the most common verbs in any language. Maybe I'm missing one or two that you can add yourself. You don't want to make, or I haven't made gestures for every single vocabulary word. I have restricted my gesture practice to just the most important vocabulary words. And these are the most important words in any language, right? This is just what we need to communicate about as human beings. Once again, the reason why a teacher of world languages might want to incorporate these gestures into their practice when they're speaking is because there is a connection between physical gestures and memory. We know this. This is why total physical response, TPR, is a common practice in world languages. It's also great for helping students produce Spanish. If they've gotten into the middle of a sentence and they can't remember the word, you as the teacher, you know what they're going to say based on the context of what they've already said or the context of the conversation. You can gesture and help remind the student what the vocabulary word they're looking for. And this happens with a great deal of success. So it's not just for the student's memory in interpreting information, it's also a great scaffolding tool to help the student produce beyond their current abilities. So hopefully you use them in your own practice.